What up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, the champs are here. Ain't nothing else left to be said. The champs is here, man. Whenever you hear that MVP chant, you already know what's the deal, man. It's the most valuable podcast in the world, the Hitmen podcast, live in full effect. Back at the crib, back in the situation. Chris in here. MG313. What's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
You know, the morning sickness has passed from the finals, finally. But we living, man. We good. We good.
Yo. You hate the Knicks or something? Like, bro, what's up?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my God. How did I not know this? We've been at this for a minute now. How did I not know this? That you ain't bang with the Knicks like that?
Hey, man, I grew up a Bulls fan, man. Come on.
You from Detroit. Wait. Yo, you from Detroit. You bang with the Rams over the Lions, the Bulls over the Pistons.
Yeah.
Ain't no hometown cooking, no Red Wings, ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, hold on. Don't get it twisted.
Ain't no Tigers.
Wait a minute. Red Wings, Tigers, maize and blue all day. We still here. We still here with it. But look, man, I hated Grant Hill growing up, man. That's the reason I'm not a Pistons fan.
What is going on with you? All over the place with the sports loyalty with the Dag.
He went to Duke, and I grew up in Michigan and a UNC fan.
Yo, fam. Do you fool with like the pizza up there? Like you cool with the like?
Oh, come on now, Detroit deep dish undefeated.
Do you drive a Ford? You drive a Cadillac? Like what's?
No, we don't. No Fords.
No, it's down for found on road dead, huh?
You got that right.
Lord have mercy. I hope we ain't in the running for no Ford advertisement, because if we was, we ain't no more. Damn. How was your weekend, man? I know we were supposed to record right after the game was over with, right after game 5 was over with, but it was a little bit too much to get done all in one time. We was having to clear out the building and all of that. But how everything go, bro? We're watching. I mean, I know you ain't banging with the Knicks, but did you at least enjoy the finals? Like.
If the Spurs had put up I enjoyed the 75% of the finals that the Spurs were leading. It's kind of good though, because my power had went out this weekend when the storms came through, so it kind of worked out. But no, overall, I think the spectacle. I enjoyed the spectacle of the finals more than the finals itself this year. So that was a little bit different for me. But I've been going through my love-hate ups and downs with the current state of basketball, so that might just be what it is.
We're going to get off into it in case y'all don't know yet where we starting with the show. That's pretty much where we at with it for the rest of the episode. But before we get off into it, man, my weekend was straight. Obviously, it was on site at MSG in New York City. Energy was bananas. They was going crazy, going galactic out there. On 7th Ave, 34th Street, Madison Square Garden. I literally just got back to the crib this morning from tearing everything out right before they got situated with the parade. I was like, I thought it was going to go 6. I'm not going to front. But that would have been the logistics nightmare. They got the World Cup out there. They would have had the potential parade that's going on Thursday. By the time y'all hear this, it'll be the day of their parade. And then, bro, they had the Puerto Rican Day parade coming this weekend.
Yep.
Just was a lot, right? Last time we checked in, I already had told everybody that, we were pretty much on lockdown with the president coming in, and obviously all the hype for Knicks fans. It was a lot. I was glad to be a part of it, glad to kind of be on the ground floor with everything, just seeing the emotion and seeing what the Knicks championship meant for the city. But I won't lie to you, bro. That was a lot of work. That's probably one of the most immersive, like one of the most. That's probably one of the finals that I did the most work on. I've done 6 finals now. It was a lot. But I had a lot of fun.
I believe it.
It was cool to see one of the blue blood teams, especially like we say it all the time casually, but when the Knicks are good, it's better for the NBA. In general, like some of the original franchises, when the Lakers are good, when Boston's good, obviously, but they've had more success and more frequency than the Knicks. So I hope the city gets a chance to enjoy it for a long time. But we finna talk about it a little bit more in detail, man. We want to let y'all know that we everywhere that podcasts live. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. Make sure y'all hit us up in the mailbag, the hitmenpodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on the socials, at the official Hitman Podcast, at Labeled and Known, and at Virtuoso Sports. Let's get it. Let's get off into the show, man. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's hit it.
Move out the bell.
The Knicks, man, officially etched in history. They are the 2026 NBA World Champions. I don't care what Noah Lyles says.
I was about to say, don't tell Noah Lyles that.
They the world champions, bro. Took care of things in 5 games. Beat Wembanyama. Somebody go check on Mikal Bridges, by the way, man. I don't know if you peeped his live.
Do not check on him. Let him keep doing what he's doing.
Wembanyama?
Not the French Prince, nigga.
The French Prince of Bel-Air is crazy. Yo, the Knicks won in 5 games, man. They wrapped it up with a 90s-esque game to close it out in San Antonio, 94-90. Jalen Brunson, the only Jalen that matters, 45 points in the series clinching victory. His name in Finals MVP, Bill Russell Finals MVP. What they gonna say now, bro? Too small, good, not great. Can't win a championship with a player that's under 6'6". What they got to say now about it, bro?
I mean, he's special.
Next level, right?
The rules still apply. The rules still apply. He just made himself an exception to the rule.
Don't call it an aberration, man.
No, it makes him more special.
Isaiah Thomas, right?
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, like it makes him more special that he was able to accomplish it.
Yeah.
It's not a. My thing is, look, if 4 out of 100 times you can win with a small player, bro, give me the 96, right? But he made it. He put himself in that 1% of players who were able to do it, and you got to give him the credit for it. So it actually makes him more special. I'm not gonna go build a team with a small guard because he did it, but he's an exception to the rule now, and you got to give him all the props in the world for that because he delivered when it mattered most.
You ain't gonna build your team like that because you ain't Leon Rose and you ain't Worldwide West. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, you find me a 6'7" Jalen Brunson and tell me if you want the 6'2".
Nah, I'm with you. This team is not gonna be replicated. I think that a lot of things worked in their favor, but they also like there aren't any like excuses where all the team was hurt. Oh, they didn't play this team at their best. Oh, there was some controversy going on. No, they blew teams out and they blew them out when it mattered. Right? They clinched. Yep. They clinched on the road. All of their series, I want to say. They won on the road. All 4 rounds they won on the road. No? Except for the first round. They won in 5 back at the crib.
Yeah, second round was a sweep. So they won on the road in that.
Conference finals was a sweep.
Yep.
And then San Antonio was a higher seed. So I want to talk about both teams. I want to get the Knicks as much just do as we can. This is a team for the ages. I think when you think about their championship run being one of the most impressive in history, you think about some iconic moments. Obviously, the blowout closeouts, right? Whether it was against the Sixers or against Atlanta or against Cleveland. Obviously, OG Anunoby, his tip dunk his tip in for the win is gonna go down as one of them ones when you think about Ray Allen's shot. And it wasn't even a series clinching shot, but when you think about Ray Allen's shot, I'm just going back through them. However many game winners we saw from Mike. Kobe going crazy when Shaq was, you know what I'm saying, when Shaq had fouled out of the game. What's another like iconic shot in recent memory? Giannis going for the 50 burger to clinch the championship against Phoenix. LeBron's block in 2016. I think
Kyrie's 3.
Kyrie's 3. Yeah.
Which they always manage to cut out of the replay footage on Hardaway Classics for some reason.
Durant back-to-back 3-pointers from 30 on Bron from the same spot. You know, back-to-back years. So I think this team in particular, Jalen Brunson had some clutch shots over Wemby, right? They had everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it was a team full of role players, but I think it was just a team full of killers. You got Shammy, who made a bunch of money for himself. Landry Shamet, who hit 3 after 3 after. Him and Champagnie was kind of going back to back in regards to shot for shot, bar for bar. Like I said, OG stepped up, played a great role. Cat didn't have a great finals, but he had a great playoffs where he changed his game up a little bit. Instead of just being a long-range threat, turning it into somebody that could be a facilitator, a hub, where the offense ran through him. And that gave different looks for teams, different matchups.
He had a great defensive playoffs. I will give Cat
for sure.
He buckled down defensively, and props. Props to Cat.
Yeah, he ate the fouls. He ate the fouls when it mattered.
He is not known as a defender, and he defended. So I got to give him that.
Yeah, they play great defense. San Antonio, you said it right before the show started, or right at the show start. They led percentage-wise, time of possession-wise. They led 75 or 72% of the entire finals. Every single game in the finals, they won the first quarter by a lot. Like
they blew
by over 100-something points.
They blew a double-digit lead in every single game.
Every single game. And they started damn near a couple of these games with 30 points in the first quarter. And the Knicks just walked them down. I didn't think they were going to win game 5. But it just seemed like after a while, the Spurs. I was listening to a show and they said it's like kids that are full of energy. They start off hot, they're going crazy at the amusement park, they're going crazy at the indoor fun park, whether it's a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. And then by the end of it, you ready to throw them over your shoulder, put them in the seat, strap them in, and they sleep before you even get out the parking lot. They just ran out of gas. But it wasn't just, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say the argument about whether the Knicks won it or the Spurs lost it. No, the Knicks definitely won it, without a doubt. I think
they took it from them.
They took it from them. I think in the grand scheme of things, this team is built for winning now. I don't know if they're necessarily built for a dynasty. I don't think they're going to get 2 or 3 championships. I just think the timing was right. The scenarios were right. The matchups were right. Now, when we talk about other teams, did Cleveland lose or did New York win? I want to say Cleveland, they lost it, right? They never really showed up defensively. They never really made shots when it mattered. And the Knicks were like, we're just gonna take what y'all give us. We're not gonna allow ourselves to just play down to competition. And then when it mattered most, they blew them out the water. Kamehameha, you know what I'm saying? So we can talk about the Spurs for a second though before we get back into like the specifics of the Knicks. Wemby.
Okay.
I think he proved that he's a 30-minute superstar and not a 40-minute superstar as of yet. He's young. I think they were early with arriving, and I think. Do we want to say their finals was against the Thunder as opposed to against the Knicks?
Partially, but I think to go with the point of they're still that they're early to this point. Their flaws came out in terms of the holes in the team.
Without a doubt, yeah.
And even for individual players, the holes in individual players' games shined really bright on the final stage. So
who are you talking about?
Wemby,
because that's a whole conversation in itself. Wemby for sure, Castle for sure. Come on.
I think
come on.
The bench, the bench for sure.
Say the name loud. Say it loud.
No.
Who's the breakout? Who's the Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5 on the Spurs?
Oh, Dylan Harper.
Come on.
I was talking about holes in the game. Dylan Harper ain't got that right now.
Okay. All right.
That's why I didn't mention DeAaron Fox either. He ain't got no holes in his game. He just played like trash. Call it what it is. But Wemby not being able to be a go-to guy offensively for them, right? Not having Wemby is basically he's still raw and green offensively. He's the dude who's got all the different individual skills, but can't utilize them yet.
Shaq been calling him Bol 2.0 all year.
Bol is offensively. Bol is far more polished than Wemby is.
So check for the defensive side of things. You saying check for Wemby?
Yeah, Wemby defensively he's fine, but offensively he's still raw.
Right on.
Like the ball in hand game ain't there. The jump shot ain't consistent. Like he don't have really a go-to move or a go-to spot on the floor to score and get buckets. Like he's still raw. And so that's something that he needs to be in the gym for this summer. Stephon Castle with the ball handling and the jumper. He got to be in the gym this summer. So they have holes in their game. Two of their best players. The whole bench outside of Castle and Carter Bryant, the whole bench unit got to change. I don't want to see nobody else off of that bench. Nobody. Nobody is useful. So
Wemby's stats: game 1 triple-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 blocks. That was the breakout game, even though they lost. Game 2, 29 and 10. Game 3, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks. Game 4, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Game 5, 19 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. So I'm not. That's upper echelon numbers, especially for your first time in it, first time playoffs. Yes. But I'm with you though. It's timely, right?
And not just timely, but okay. I'll ask you this: how was Wemby getting his points?
It wasn't how we needed him to get it. I will say that it was all outside for the most part, and then lobs, lob threats, dunker spots. It wasn't dominating the post. It wasn't so the game plan he played in Game 5 was the perfect one for them if they were going to win the series. Get Cat in foul trouble early because they know that's his kryptonite. They know he's foul, like he's not disciplined when it comes to defense yet. That might be an emphasis for him in the summertime, but get him in foul trouble early and then dominate the post. There were a bunch of times where you saw him in a mismatch with Brunson or a mismatch even with Alvarado on him, and he couldn't finish, right? They didn't really play pick and roll. It was just a 3-point shooting contest. They got up early in 4 of those 5 games. Well, they got up early in all 5, but just in general making runs like that, and it all came from them slamming threes. And then when they started missing, that momentum went over to the Knicks. Then they started hitting threes, and they didn't miss. Right, they didn't miss shots. They were playing more cup game. Jalen Brunson was getting to the line more, and then the offense just slowed down. I feel like Castle should have came off the ball a lot more than what he did, but he's trying to make stuff happen. I get it. His offense was kind of streaky. He had a lot of great post game moves, right? Finishing at the rim. He dunked on I can't remember who it was. He dunked on Hartenstein in the conference final. He dunked on somebody in the NBA finals. I can't remember who it was right now off the top of the head.
Was it Brunson?
No, it was a big. I can't remember. It wasn't Cat. Was it Mitchell Robinson? I can't remember. But what did them in was they weren't finishing the and ones. They missed a lot of free throws. And when you look at the games, I think the point differential was like less than 70 points in terms of losing. Game 1, they lost by 10. Game 2, they lost by 1. So that's 11. They won Game 3 by 4. They lost by 1, and then they lost by 4. So we talking less than a 30-point difference in the championship? And if you go back, I'm sure if we go back and look through, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but if you go back and look through how many free throws they may have missed versus attempted, the finals was a lot closer than what it looked like on screen from a numbers situation. But from a momentum standpoint, the Knicks never seemed like they were out of control. Ever. Even in the game that the Spurs won, they never seemed like they were out of control. And that's amazing in terms of poise and how they just trusted themselves in the clutch. Josh Hart gave them money. They wasn't even expecting to get. He was hitting threes left and right, and that hasn't been his game for a long time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't been his game for a long time. Free throws in crunch time, for sure. Wemby had a couple of games where he missed free throws in crunch time.
Yeah.
Castle missed a couple in crunch time here and there. And I think, too, a lot of times with Castle, when he's driving to the rim, he's just trying to get to the rim, but he ain't really got no idea in mind. He just don't have no idea in mind what he going to do once he get there.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clear-cut finish.
So once he get there, it's like, oh, shit, I'm here now. I got to get the ball up, So they did a great job. The Knicks did a great job with that. Yeah. And when it came down to crunch time, Knicks weren't turning the ball over.
Right.
They were hitting timely shots.
Right.
And Jalen Brunson, when the bread was on the flow, That nigga was
When
hooping.
his blood in the street, buy property, and Jalen Brunson set up his neighborhood, whether it was in San Antonio, Texas, or whether it was down Broadway, New York City, man.
Yeah, and let me say this too. Wemby, he don't got a face-up game. He don't got a mid-range game. He don't got a post game. His three-pointer ain't necessarily reliable either. He can't really beat many people off the dribble.
Shitting on Wemby.
No, I'm not.
Killing Wemby. Wembyana?
He's still raw, but that's one of the reasons why they lost the game, right? Because in crunch time, you wasn't gonna say get a ball to Wemby. Me, you, the rest of the world was saying get a ball to Dylan Harper.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
but that's one of the reasons why though. Wemby don't got the little Marcus Aldridge like turn and face mid range, or he definitely don't got any post game at this point, and he not KD on the perimeter. So like he ain't a go-to guy right now in terms of when it matters most.
Devin
and that
Vassell
right
said
there
it.
is going to be a difference.
Devin Vassell said it in the press conference. They got a star in the making. He wasn't talking about Wembanyama. He was talking about Dylan Harper. I think they should have gave him the keys to the car after their game 3 win. Too much Fox, man. Let's call it what it is. Too much Fox. Maybe a little too much Castle. I'm not going to put all the onus on Castle because Castle was a dog. Castle, he stepped up every defensive play that he could make. He made it. He faced the Knicks' best offensive players at any point in the game, whether he was guarding Brunson, whether he was guarding OG, whether he was like, even if he was in a mismatch, which was rarely ever a situation. I don't think any situation he was on the floor in was a mismatch because he's a dog, bro. 6'6". He's a tree trunk of a person. Yeah. So
elite defender.
For sure. So him being an awesome two-way player in the series, I'm not gonna fault him if fatigue played a role in the missing free throws, or you got to lock in. I ain't gonna hurt. I'm not gonna front because Brunson had the ball in his hand 80% of the time, getting beat the hell up on both ends, and he still managed to lock in and provide clutch baskets, clutch moments that got them the championship. But too much Fox, bro. Too much Fox. I feel like DeAaron Fox lost himself some money. Right when the extension kicks in, he gonna make close to $60 million next year. And I hate knowing what players make, but we know what they make. And now that we know what they make, is De'Aaron Fox worth that? Did he show you that he was worth that, bro?
Not even close.
And I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I hate feeling like we're put in positions to take money out of people's pockets. He had terrible finals, bro. Terrible playoffs. And somebody can say, well, he was hurt most of the playoffs. If you hurt, then do your team a favor and don't overstep your boundaries. Don't take more minutes from players that can help you when you don't need to. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got guards everywhere. Y'all got shooters everywhere. Y'all got depth. Y'all have youth. They had a lot going for them. And I just feel like Fox sucked the energy out of the team at times. You never really saw him and Wemby playing on the floor together. In times where Wemby, like you said, he didn't have the ball in clutch. He probably should have had the ball in clutch time.
Yes.
But instead, De'Aaron Fox is like, you remember the Fresh Prince episode when Carlton stole the ball from Will and tried to make the shot in the air?
Yep. Well, and this is, for me right now, too, this is strike 2 for me right now.
On Fox?
Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, terrible. Got out coached.
Because I don't know how people watched the Spurs last season, but last season, Mitch Johnson was starting Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox together and had Stephon Castle coming off the bench all year.
Crazy. Because he felt he owes it to these guys. This guy making 50. This guy making 40. He got this many years in the league. I got to play him. I can't look stupid. Nah, bro.
Old man Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox starting last year.
You already heard the reports. Devin Vassell came out and said, yeah, Dylan Harper was pissed about his playing time. Pissed.
And if you, there's no way last year, rookie year Castle, you watching him in practice and say, yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling with Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox.
You're right.
And Castle coming off the bench giving you 20 a game, basically rookie of the year.
You're right.
And then we get into a similar situation this year where it's like you got Dylan Harper. There's no way you're not seeing what this man doing in practice too.
If it wasn't for the shine on Cooper Flag, The Spurs could have had back-to-back rookies of the year.
Yeah, well, you don't forget Khan as well.
And Khan, too. Yeah. Shout out to Khan and Charlotte.
Yeah, but Mitch Johnson, I want to give him some grace because he's a young coach, but at the same token, if JJ Redick was the head coach, these mistakes would not have been made. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you get JJ Redick some dogs like this.
Not mad at it.
Whole different team, right? So
not mad at it.
These were really bad decisions. His in-game decision adjustments were basically didn't exist. He didn't make in-game adjustments, and he got badly out-coached. Badly.
By Mike Brown, who I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't think he had it in him, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He's been in the league for a long time.
I wanted to speak on this
time, almost 25 years, at least from what we know as a head coach or a head coach candidate. And he's been some of everywhere: Cleveland, Sacramento, L.A., Golden State. He's been some of everywhere before landing in New York. Ain't this his second stint in New York? Wasn't he the coach there before?
Was he an assistant?
Oh, I'm thinking D'Antoni.
Yeah, he was an assistant under D'Antoni, I think.
Bro,
I want to say he was, but I'm gonna give Mike Brown.
He's embarrassing too, by the way. He's embarrassing. Stop doing that. Who let the dogs out, bro? He was on.
Bro. I'm enjoying it.
He's a true dad's dad. Like, stop it, bro. Do you see Cat and Brunson? Bro. They both holding their head like, oh my god, yes. Bro. Please, stop.
But
bro.
It's stuff like this that can hold his team together chemistry wise. So you kind of like it. But I'm gonna give Mike Brown his flowers now because after the long road, obviously. The irony of how Fox ended up with the Spurs and how Mike Brown ended up with the Knicks
crazy.
is part of it. But
crazy.
He outcoached Nick Nurse, who most of us regard as one of the 5 best coaches in the league.
Outcoached Quinn Snyder.
Quinn Snyder, who at one point was looked at as somewhat of a prodigy
as
of
a basketball
coach,
genius, yeah.
Off the Popovich coaching tree, by the way, same as Mike Brown.
And he took Utah didn't he take him to the conference finals?
With Mitch and Gobert,
yeah.
Didn't they? No, I don't think they made the conference finals.
No, okay. I'm sorry. Second round. Not.
Yeah,
conference.
they made the semis. They got bounced by Houston, I want to say. But he outcoached Quinn Snyder, who's looked at as a basketball genius. He also outcoached Kenny Atkinson, who
they were on the same staff. On the same staff, won championships together. Sip champagne, smoke cigars together.
But Kenny Atkinson is somebody who I once held in very high regard after what he did with that Nets team before KD and Kyrie happened, when he had all those young players in Brooklyn, who at one point Kenny Atkinson was the successor for Steve Kerr in Golden State. And at one point was supposed to be the successor for Popovich.
He coached against Steve Kerr in the Olympics for the basketball championship with Wembanyama and Gobert.
Yeah. So outside of this season, I've had high regard for Kenny Atkinson as a coach.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give Mike Brown his credit here. So Mike Brown as a coach, one hell of a coaching run for a playoff run, right? Like, out-coaching these coaches that he's out-coached. And then Mitch, say what you want, he's off the Popovich tree as well. So he beat 3 guys off the same Popovich coaching tree as him, by the way. Right? So I'm going to give Mike Brown the adjustments he's made in game and in between games in this playoff run. Flowers to Mike Brown. He earned it.
I got a question for you.
Shoot.
When we look back on, like, the specifics of the Knicks championship,
yeah,
and how it came to be, like, it's a bunch of different flavors that go into this gumbo, right?
Yeah.
Not to take away from anybody, but when you talk about Leon Rose, talk about West, putting the whole situation together, do you think that Jalen Brunson was a better signing or a better situation overall than the Luka situation? Him getting traded to L.A., supposedly getting the keys to the car in L.A., going to be the next, right, Lakers figurehead. Brunson wins a championship before him. He was already understudy in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
When Luka gets hurt, Brunson holds it down. He comes to New York, takes less money so they can put the pieces together. Wins the championship before Luka. Does that make him a better player overall? And now with a finals win, finals MVP, is his resume, at least at this stage, better than Luka's?
As far as the Dallas situation, this was the better situation because you got to remember he was playing with Rick Carlisle, and Rick was never going to give him the opportunity to be what he ended up becoming.
Right.
So I think Jason Kidd would have, seeing how Kyrie and Luka worked together.
Right.
I think Jason Kidd would have given, but Brunson was gone before J. Kidd got there.
Okay. Wait.
So,
Stay there. Boom.
Uh-huh.
So now, Brunson comes to New York. Mike Brown is not the coach. Tibbs is the coach.
Yeah.
And we already said, I asked you a couple episodes ago, could they win it if Tibbs was the coach? You said no, given the roster, given the situation. This feels like Steve Kerr, Mark Jackson-esque, right? Where I feel like Mike Brown coached Tibbs' team, just coached it differently and got more success out of them. But
I think it's different because Mark Jackson didn't get a chance to see his vision through like Tibbs did.
Good point.
Tibbs got multiple chances to see it through, and every one of his head coaching stops has kind of ended the same way. Whereas Mark Jackson, I mean, they never truly gave him a shot, and him losing that job was more of a behind the scenes,
outside of basketball
kind of thing that had nothing to do with him as a coach, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to make that clear that Mark Jackson got did dirty. Do I think Tibbs could have did this with this team? No, but I also think Tibbs is a point A to point B coach. I think he's good for changing the culture of a losing franchise and organization, but I don't know. He's that kind of coach who you got 3 years with him, right? Where his message, his voice kind of it wear people out quick. So you got about 3 years with Tibbs, and by that 4th year, players are tired of hearing it.
Word. Got you.
So
I just feel like they both been to one finals now, Luka and Brunson, while we're talking about it's not necessarily compare and contrast, but they both been to the finals. Luka lost to the Celtics. Brunson got it done against San Antonio. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Turning the page, it's like, okay. What's the situation looking like for the Lakers next year with Luka at the helm versus what it's looking like for the Knicks with Jalen coming back? And also, side note, before we get to that, ain't no more Jalen's. Everybody else, I listened to a show and they said something about it. Anybody else that's named Jalen, they don't have a one name like Prince or Whitney or Michael or Luther. It's Jalen, and then it's like Jalen Brown, Jalen Green. You feel me? Jalen Johnson.
We're not doing Jalen Brown. Huh? We're not gonna do that to Jalen Brown because Brunson ain't the only one with a Finals MVP.
True, I feel you, but Brunson ain't in trade rumors right now for Giannis either. So
yeah, I disagree. I disagree with it. I disagree with it.
Who gonna be JB? Is it Jalen Brunson or Jalen Brown? I'm confused.
Hey, Jalen Brunson better go find a nickname then.
He got one. They said Brunson Burner. They said, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Brunson Burner.
They said Bruce Wayne.
But I'm not going to tolerate the Jalen Brown disrespect when he got a finals MVP.
Fair enough. I feel you.
And Jalen Rose, even though he ain't still
playing, he's the original. He's the Neo of this shit. He's the Jesus of this shit. So,
but outside of them three, I can agree.
Everybody else first last name basis. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody. J Dub, J Will, you be
y'all be whatever you want. All right, Jalen Green. All right, Jalen Williams. All right, the other Jalen Williams.
hey, just anything else. So I'm with you on that.
Turning the page though, are the Lakers? Are the Knicks built for long-term success? Could you see them getting back? Could you see them contending for championships with the way the team is assembled at the moment? Versus a team like the Lakers, the Celtics trying to make a move, trying to do an arms race, Miami. Who are some of the contenders that would be in the mix for Giannis? Because right now, like I think the Knicks were built to beat the Boston Celtics. right? I think that's what the architecture was. And now,
be what Celtics?
The ones that won in 2024, when they had Porzingis, I think that's when they initially started constructing this team, or at least the framework.
I've been trying to avoid the conversation about the Knicks, but about this conversation about the Knicks, they ain't beating that Celtics team.
See, that's why. So we're in agreement, and it's not me hating, it's not me being in like a prisoner of the moment. They were hurt. They got outclassed by Philly. Right, they were overlooking Philly. I think they were looking a series ahead, and Philly beat them. I think Cleveland did the same thing. Cleveland was looking forward to they given all that they had against Detroit, and then they didn't have anything against the Knicks. And the Knicks, again, nothing against them. Nothing. Everything was earned. They earned it. They did
what they were supposed to do.
They did what they were supposed to do, and they did it in dramatic fashion. Those blowouts are not accidents. Those are not aberrations. Because if you do it round to round to round, that's not a fluke, right? They locked in. But I want to say, like, this was a hard-working team. They felt like the Spurs from back in the day. This wasn't the most talented team in the playoffs, I would say. Outside of Brunson, Cat, I would say this was a lot of execution and a lot of just like focus. But naturally talented, naturally gifted, I think the Celtics were a more talented team, top to bottom. So, like I said, turn the page for next year. What do you expect from the Knicks, the championship Knicks, going into the 2026-2027 campaign compared to the other teams that's going to be sharks in the water?
I do think the East right now is kind of it's not good overall. It's top heavy. The East is very top heavy. In terms of true look, okay, and I say this every year, my point got proven again this year. You got to be a top 3 seed to win a title.
You can't come from out of nowhere. You can't come from out of nowhere.
It's very that's an anomaly. Right, like we've had 2 teams win a title that were less than a 3 seed. No,
getting there is the hard part too.
One thing.
That's the first half of it.
It's that top 3 seed. When you look at it, it's like 90+% of NBA champions were a top 3 seed in their conference.
Word.
It's not an accident. It is not a mistake. There's a reason for that. Usually. Consistency, chemistry, taking care of home court, being good on the road, discipline, good coaching, all of this stuff kind of factors into what makes teams top 3 teams. So for me, I always go to right now the Knicks, top three team in the East next year.
Yeah.
I look for Boston to bounce to be another top 3 seed. Right. Whether they trade for Giannis or not, you still get Tatum back healthier, and Jalen Brown still there probably. So they're going to be up there.
For now. We're going to see what the summer says for now. Detroit, you think they for real?
As of right now.
They got to resign. They got to resign. Look, another Jalen. They got to resign Duran, right?
They have to.
They have to.
The Pistons' problem isn't. They're lacking talent.
They need a starting 2 guard that can get his own shot, and they need a bench.
They need more talent in general because you can play hard all day, but what happens when you run up against a more talented team that plays just as hard as you?
Talent's always gonna win. Always.
Yeah. And right now, this team reminds me a lot of the Jimmy Butler Heat.
Yeah.
With Jimmy and Bam and a bunch of dudes who were low draft picks, G League dudes, low tier free agent signings. That's what the Pistons are right now.
Agreed.
They need more talent.
Indiana gonna come back.
I'm curious about them. I'm curious to see what Philly does in the offseason.
Yeah.
As of right now, I wouldn't put them in top 3, but I'm curious to see what they do.
Charlotte got some steam.
I'm off on Charlotte. They're fun.
Yeah.
But they're not contenders.
They're not contenders. Okay.
Yeah, they're fun though. They're fun to watch, but they're not contenders. I want to see what Atlanta does.
Yeah, they've arisen as a contender.
They're on the verge of getting to that next tier, but and the numbers are weird. Like I think only like 1 4 seed has won a title. I think we got a 6 seed. The 90s Rockets were a 6 seed and won. But that's literally like it in terms of like teams that are lower than 3 winning it. It's like consistent every year, top 3 seed. So that's where the barometer is right there. That's where it's at. So I look at them, and then out west I look at San Antonio, OKC, and then between the Denver, Minnesota, and LA, whatever happens, like that's the third team. So I think that's pretty much where we're gonna be. Do I think the Knicks are built for long-term championship?
I think they got a window. I don't think they built for long term. I don't think they got 7-8 years of sustained success, and it has nothing to do with contracts. I just think that they caught fire at the right time. They were healthy they were the healthiest team going into the playoffs, and then because they finished their food early and blew teams out or swept series, they were the team that was the most rested. Right? That's what the Thunder had going on their side as well. They were finishing teams last year early so that they could get that rest, and they already were young as it was, so they were able to remain fresh. Yeah. They were able to remain rested and not really get tested by teams. So none of the Knicks playoff series went deep into the series. There was no Game 6 in any of their series.
Yeah, and matchups are important too, because this Knicks team doesn't beat the Thunder.
Excuse me, the first round, they won in 6 against Atlanta. But those games were decided by 1 point in both the losses from CJ. CJ hitting last-minute buckets. But those easily could have been that series could have been swept as well. This is a dominant playoff run for them. They just steamrolled their way to a championship. I'm just like you said, Minnesota's going to be back. Denver's going to be back. The Thunder are not going anywhere. The Spurs they already tasted blood. They tasted their own blood, so now they're like, all right, we right here. I agree with you. The East is a little bit more top heavy. Then when I'm looking here at the records, the standings were not that like dramatic. You got the first 4 teams, the first 4 seeds in the playoffs, over 50 wins. Everybody else, it's a drop off. It's a drop off after Cleveland, Toronto, Atlanta. Even Atlanta, as we're talking about them and giving them praise, we're not talking about Toronto as much because they're just not a marquee team, a sexy team. They don't feel like they have a quote unquote superstar that can give them a Jalen Brunson performance right now. Then you got Philly, Orlando, Charlotte, Miami, and then everybody else is either hurt or they're not good. Milwaukee, Chicago, Brooklyn, the Pacers, and then the Wizards, who got the number 1 pick in the draft next week. Now on the west side of things, you got the Thunder, the Spurs, Denver, the Lakers with 50 wins, the Rockets coming back with Van Vliet. Could have a decent roster. Minnesota, Phoenix was right there. Portland showed some fight in the first round. Then you got
Portland cooked.
Right.
They lost Thiago. They cooked.
They lost Thiago. Congrats, he's over here with us now. Home team.
Great pickup.
But also, you got some teams that can make noise. Like Dallas could be a spoiler. Sacramento could be a spoiler if they get their shit together. Utah finished last in the West, but they're getting ready to retool. You know, they're gonna end up
tanking.
Right. They're gonna end up with Cam Boozer. They got Trey J out there. Like they got some Ace Bailey gonna be in his second year. They got a bunch of stuff they can make happen. And then the Clippers is always in the mix. Whether we like it or not, they're always in the conversation. So you're right. The West is still more competitive by and large.
Yeah.
I just think this was good for the league, man, that the Knicks won it.
It was great for the league.
I would love for the momentum. I would love for the momentum to continue into next season, but I think it's going to be harder now because they're going to be on TV more than anybody. They're going to get everybody's best effort. Historically, all the players say they love playing at MSG, right? So the Knicks got to be that much more locked in. I mean, they got Bruce Wayne on the team, so I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see.
It's a war of attrition too, right? Like they haven't played this late into the season before. Their off season's a lot shorter now than it has been. Got the target on their back, playing at MSG. You got some moving pieces around with other teams that are trying to get back to the top.
Josh Hart's got to be more offensive, more of an offensive threat. Mikal Bridges got to be more shifty, more wiggle.
But this is the problem for the Knicks is they're not a young team with a bunch of improving players. They kind of are who they are.
I think they got a bunch of players that are in the prime of their careers right now. They got to have protection for OG, and I think more than anything else, a glaring disadvantage that is a sneaky disadvantage. They gotta have some protection offensively for Cat, because they can't come back with Mitchell Robinson and think they're gonna have the same type of success. You putting too much weight, too much responsibility on Cat to do more than what he might be willing to do or capable of doing. Because if he gets in foul trouble early, we've already seen it. It's a proven product. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson's not gonna come in and give you more than 10 points a game. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and so for them, it's a double-edged sword, right? Like, their ceiling, they're pretty much at their ceiling.
They're right there. That's what I'm saying. If they're gonna win it, they're gonna win it now. The problem is the teams around them are just too good, and if they're not operating at 100% like optimal efficiency next season, the season after, it's gonna be tough, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
When you're already this close to your ceiling, there's nothing else to do but drop off.
Plus, they had a ton of scares. Brunson got injured damn near every series, whether it was an ankle or a back or something, this or that. He's getting beat up. That's cool for one season when you hungry for that championship. Exactly.
Yeah, and you got other teams like, the Spurs, for example. Their ceiling, they're not even close to their ceiling.
Nowhere close. They don't even know what they're doing, and they stumbled their way into the finals, bro.
So you still got stuff like that. We'll see about Atlanta with some of those young guys out there like Jalen Brunson, who we'll see what he turns into. So you got teams who haven't peaked, who haven't reached their ceiling yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the Knicks got it done this year, but unfortunately, history at this right now is showing us that there's no true dominant entity in the league right now that is going to be there every single year as well.
Brunson, 4 30-point games in the finals. I got one more question for you before we get up out of here, or before we do quick hits and get up out of here. You walking into Peter Luger's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Chop House. Derek Jeter's got reservations. Jalen Brunson got reservations. They both got reservations for 10. Who get the private room? Who gets the back room now? Like today.
Oh, today is Brunson. Today is Brunson.
Yo, Mr. Jeter, Mr. Jeter, we have a really nice room on over here. Would you mind? Jeter got 4. He got 4, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Jeter, supermodels. Talking about Vogue, runway icons. Him and Naomi Campbell. He got like the guys, venture capitalists.
Hey,
Mr. Jeter, we got Jalen Brunson. He's
But hey, this might be a different conversation if Mariano was the other option here.
Word.
But Mariano, the greatest closer of all time.
We talking Jeter, bro. Jalen Brunson and Derek Jeter are mirror images of one another in terms of how they handle media, just how they handle the New York starlight.
But that Mariano.
5 years from now, I don't know. I don't want to say it's weighted differently. That leadoff home run in the World Series is crazy.
It is. It's Mariano. Mariano.
So Jalen Brunson getting the private room.
Over Jeter right now, yeah.
Yo, you at Teterboro. Let me cheer. You at Teterboro. Both of them going to Cannes for the film festival. Who gets the first jet? Right now. Who's flying first? Who got to sit in the holder area? Yo, would you like some champagne? Would you like some hors d'oeuvres? We got another jet. It's on the way.
Oh, Jeter gonna have to wait.
Damn, for real. Jeter gotta wait.
Hey,
damn.
Prisoner of the moment, man.
Damn.
Bro, you got people calling Brunson. You got people saying Brunson better than Steph Curry right now.
Hey, they said the Knicks are setting records on merch. We talked about it before the show started. I just got my jersey in the mail. They said they're setting records for merch selling out. They can't even keep it on the websites in the stores fast enough.
Yeah. So right now, Brunson got New York literally at the palm of his hand right now.
That
he
parade
earned that
parade is gonna be next level. That parade gonna be next level. Have you seen Side Talk? Did you see them outside the garden after they won, bro?
Yeah.
My God.
Wildin'.
My God.
Wildin'. So, but I'm let me say this as the Nick hater here.
The president of the fan club.
Yeah, I'm towards the top of the list. I'm towards the top. I'm going to give them their flowers, regardless of all the circumstances and all the other stuff people talking about. They got the job done. They were blowing teams out, and they were making clutch plays when it mattered. Flowers to The Knicks. They picked a team that I thought was going to beat them. I cannot hate on it. They beat a team I thought was going to beat them in 5, and they ended up winning in 5. So, all props to the Knicks for winning this one. It is big for the league, obviously. It's one of the, if not the biggest market. And it is good for the league, as much as I hate to see it.
Where does DeAaron Fox go? Does he stay with the Spurs? He can't. You can't. He unfollowed him on Instagram. Not that matters. I can't believe that's an issue that we talk about now. Oh, you unfollowed you on Instagram. That means something. But he can't stay there because you can't stunt Harper's growth. It's over with.
I got a couple ideas. Well, my thing too. Here's my thing. Harper's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard. They need a point guard. Either way. And my idea is trade him for Drew Holiday.
Portland?
Yes. Give me Drew Holiday, Harper, and Castle as my backcourt, with Champagnie and Wemby as my front court. They win this series against the Knicks. Because you get another big defender out there who is also...
Drew's in his 30s now, right? 32,
yeah,
33?
He's got like 2 years left on his deal, but he's still a really good defender. He's a big body. He'll post up a smaller guard. He would have put Jalen Brunson in the torture rack in the post. And he's got championship experience. He won a title back-to-back years.
Yeah.
With Milwaukee and Boston. So he and he's that calming force you need on the floor. So if I tell you I got Drew.
Well, he won 2 and 5. Yeah, he was at
2 and 5.
20.
No, that's right.
21 in Milwaukee, 24 in
with Boston.
With Boston, you're right.
But if I tell you I'm rolling Drew Holiday, Dylan Harper, and Castle out there, ain't nobody scoring on us. With Wemby behind him, nobody scoring on us.
And they can run. He can get you a shot if you need it. Yeah.
And it allows Harper and Castle to play more off ball. So you preserve their legs, number one, so they can play more defense, but also it makes their life easier on offense. Go get Drew Holiday.
It's got to be a team that has the money. It has to be a team that has the cap. Detroit?
Yeah. If I'm the Spurs, there's nothing I want from Detroit.
Nothing?
Unless you're giving me Cade.
No, come on now.
Exactly. There's nothing I want from Detroit. I want a point guard. If I'm the Spurs, I want a point. Dylan Harper's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard.
So who has a point guard that has the cap?
Hi, Kyrie.
If I'm Dallas, do I want Fox and Cooper? Do they even know what they're doing out there? Do they got a coach yet?
Nope, they're one of 2 teams that don't got a coach yet. Them in Portland.
Okay.
But I say Kyrie because he also has championship experience.
Who's Atlanta's point guard?
There.
CJ?
CJ's gone. He's a free agent. I think they were starting to kill at point.
Orlando? If they want to get off Suggs?
I don't want him if I'm San Antonio.
Suggs, right?
I need no. Not if I'm San Antonio.
Right, if you're San Antonio, you don't want him. Is what I'm saying. I'm thinking about it from a money standpoint. You're thinking about it from a personnel standpoint. I think they both have to match.
Well, because it's a trade. So I mean, it'd be a trade because Fox is under contract. So
can you go back to San Antonio? I mean, not San Antonio, Sacramento. Can you go back to the Kings? Who's the point guard in Utah?
Keontae.
Okay, nah.
Yeah. You ain't getting Keontae.
Who's the point in Denver?
They don't have. Well, technically Jamal Murray, but he's. I don't want to see Dylan Harper end up in the same situation that Jamal Murray is in. Jamal Murray's a 2 guard playing point guard.
They got to get off that. They got to get off that $50 million, bro. Because Harper's he came on the way too strong. He needs the minutes. He needs the reps. You gotta
go talk to Portland. Give me Drew Holiday and Robert Williams, and we'll call it even.
Fox, Klingon, Kamari, Scoot.
I like Scoot, but I don't think they look at Scoot as more than a 6-man right now.
Phoenix.
Who's the point guard out there?
Who's the point guard?
Oh, it's Devin Booker. They moved Devin Booker to point this year. That's right.
They moved him back to point. So he was the 2 when Chris Paul was there.
He been a 2 guard his whole career. They just moved him.
But they had Tyus, they had Chris Paul out there. Like he went back and forth with it.
Well, when they had Chris, yeah, but he's always been a 2. He moved the point this year because they got Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. So he's the best ball handler. So that
Warriors,
to me,
Golden State, him and Steph, Fox and Steph in the backcourt.
Oh my God! Please no.
No defense.
Oh please no. I would lose my mind. Oh,
he probably still got a house in that area. Sacramento is only an hour and a half from Golden State.
Hey, Sacramento is right up the road. Go ahead and go up the road, brother.
I heard somebody float Memphis, and they said San Antonio doesn't want Ja Morant.
Yeah, because he's not what they need.
Right.
They need a. And here's the thing about Drew: if you go get Drew, Stephon Castle does not have to waste as much energy defensively every night. Him and Drew can share that.
So here's what I don't want, but it makes a lot of sense. And then we out of here after this. Tell me why the Bulls can't go get Fox.
4.
Whatever. Say they want the pick. They're not giving up the pick. The pick is the pick. But say they want, I don't know. They're not giving up Giddey. They think Giddey is the future.
I don't want Giddey.
I don't want him either. He's on my team, but but they got the money to make it happen, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the one player I might have wanted, y'all got rid of him, and that was Kobe. So
yeah. Right. For nothing. Let me get out of here. I'm about to. We'll be a whole nother hour. Let me get out of here. Okay.
I love that y'all got Tiago Splitter though. I love Tiago Splitter as a coach.
Shout out to Tiago.
I think he is a great hire though. I will say that.
And everywhere he's been, everybody swears by him. Whether he was an assistant, when he was an assistant in Portland, whether he was, everybody speaks highly of him from the Spurs organization. He won a championship there, so he knows what it takes.
Y'all ruined my plans because my plans was like, yo, trade DeAaron Fox for Drew Holiday, fire Mitch, and get Tiago Splitter.
Right. Sorry,
that was my plan.
Sorry, buddy. The Knicks went from shooting cumulatively somewhere around 29% for the finals to winning it. They were 2 different teams in 2 different halves every step of the way up to the championship. So salute to them. Quick hits. We only got one. Giannis, where's he at? Come July 1st or August 1st, excuse me.
Boy, it's gonna be a lot sooner than that. It's gonna be next week probably.
Miami. Golden State.
I'm gonna say Miami. I thought it was gonna be Boston, but I guess Boston is trying to avoid trading Jalen Brown.
Apparently they put a trade offer out there on the table last week. Milwaukee didn't love it.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a 3-team trade if Boston is involved. I keep hearing like Jay Brown to Atlanta, Jay Brown to Utah, and then
I heard the Clippers for that 5th pick, possibly.
Yeah, Clippers. I heard earlier today. So you thinking? I
think Miami.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just thumbs up, thumbs down because it's a quick hit. Any chance I could get you to think about Giannis to Utah for marketing? Number 2 pick.
How many more picks you got to give me?
Every other year, unprotected, maybe.
If I'm Milwaukee,
I would only do it for a 3-year window because Giannis is in his 30s. I don't expect him to play any more than like another 6 years, 5 years at the level that we know him playing at.
I want the future picks because I know Giannis ain't gonna re-sign there, and y'all gonna get bad again eventually. Right. So I want them future picks.
Right. So marketing and picks is not enough for you.
No, marketing ain't good enough to warrant that.
Okay. What about marketing in San Antonio for Fox?
Ooh.
Got him.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay. We'll keep our eyes on it to be continued. What do you think Giannis is in Miami come August 1st?
Yeah, because I guess Boston is trying to not include Jalen Brown now, so I think Miami gonna end up getting him.
You sound like Hero, you think? Because they're not giving up Bam for Giannis. I think that's what the stall is. I think that's what the holdup is. I think Milwaukee wants Bam if they got to do it, and Milwaukee's not willing to give up Not
it's
willing.
everything.
I mean, Miami's not willing to give up Bam. They want Giannis and Bam together.
Yeah, it's everything else. It's Tyler Hero and Khalil Ware, Jaime
Jaquez.
Jaquez.
I'm not mad at Khalil Ware.
Nikola Jovic, from what I read, might be an issue because his extension kicks in, and so they're gonna look for a team to reroute him to.
Mm-hmm.
But
I need Giannis and Portis. If I'm anybody, Portis got to come on too.
Yeah, and if I'm Milwaukee, that deal don't blow me away, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry, them dudes is cool, but I ain't rebuilding with them dudes, man.
I think that's what's disappointing most of all, because Giannis feels like he should command more trade capital than what he has been getting deal wise. So we'll keep an eye on it. I just wanted your thoughts on it. My shout outs to them.
I'll tell you one right now that'll sound crazy, but you'll be like,
Come on.
Giannis for Dylan Harper and draft picks.
So I heard that a little bit about San Antonio to begin with. I don't think that I think the Spurs want to keep building on what they're doing right now.
Of course.
I think they have a pedigree, and anybody that's come through them doors is still over there with the organization in some shape, form, or fashion.
Parker.
Tim Duncan, David, except for Tony Parker. Manu is there. All of the greats are pretty much still. Yeah. Sean Elliott does their home broadcast. So that's one of them once a Spur, always a Spur type of deals. I don't think anybody in the organization is signing off on that.
I only say that for one reason, because there's an inevitable moment coming in a year or two where if I'm Dylan Harper's agent,
it's like, what the fuck we doing?
My dude is a 1A.
Yeah.
He ain't a 1B.
Yeah.
And no offense to Wemby, but we know he gonna be the 1A here. So
plus he grew up walking the hallway with Larry O'Brien championships at his crib because of who his pops is. So
there's gonna be an inevitable moment because of how good Harper is, where it's like I'm a franchise guy.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I'm not gonna be able to be that as long as Wemby is here.
Or as long as I'm playing behind Fox and Castle and you feel me? Like, I'm not finna turn into a 3. I'm not gonna turn into a swing. Like when I'm clearly like a finisher, I clearly can do everything. And Devin Vassell's my man, and I don't want y'all to clip him so y'all get more minutes. I want to play with Devin. I want to play with Champagne. So
do you get out ahead of it now, knowing that eventually in about 2-3 years that conversation gonna have to be had, and Dylan Harper is gonna be like, yo, if I'm not the dude, bro, I'm going somewhere where I can be the dude.
Fox for Porter Jr. is expiring in Brooklyn?
Ooh, no.
All right. Just thought I'd give it a shot. Let's get out of here. We'll be all day. We'll be all day. Shout outs for the week. Mine is just the Knicks, simple and plain.
Hey, I'm gonna keep shouting it out every week, man, till I get my nomination. Shout out to Olivia Miles. Cold. They lost that game against the Aces, but boy, she was hooping. Boy, she was hooping, though.
Man, I wanted her for the sky. My God. Like a fish in water, bro. Like she was born to do it. Took Asia Wilson.
Man.
Y'all better go watch some Lynx basketball. Look, Jesus.
I'm president of the fan club right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my shout out to her. But also, I was going to give a shout out to the Knicks. I'm still going to give a shout out to the Knicks, too. They earned it. They, the sport that we love so much, they won the championship. Shout out to Mike Brown, one of the more impressive coaching runs in recent memory based off of who he outcoached. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, a lot of people think, he was unjustly fired for multiple situations. So here we are.
Play empowerment. You heard me?
Right?
You heard me?
And then, I don't know, before the next time we record Father's Day, will it pass?
Yes, sir. Ski.
Happy Father's Day to everybody, especially my dog, Big Chris, right here.
My brother.
You know what
always
I'm
on
saying?
time.
So my man's is I know what type of father he is, so big salute to him, man.
Father, some of you podcasters out here too, by the way. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. We appreciate y'all.
Word. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us each and every time we do it. Fresh yellow top out the package. Want to let y'all know one more time, we everywhere that podcast live. Apple Podcast, Spotify, all of that. Hit us up in the mailbag, the Hitmen Podcast @gmail.com. Check us out on the socials at the Official Hitmen Podcast, at Labeled and Known, at Virtuoso Sports on Twitter. NBA season is at a close, but don't ever forget in your life.
What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to acknowledge it.
All right, it was a miracle. Can we go now?
Play through the whistle till there's 000s on the clock. Always a chance to win. We'll catch y'all next week. Y'all share this one. We gone. Holla.
Kobe Bryant just sucked the gravity out of the target center. Oh!